Hey there everyone, I bought a KOOSLA vertical power socket, which you can see here. It's made in China but imported in Germany by a German company, and it says it works between 220 250 volts, 50 hertz or 60 hertz, 4000 watts, so 4000 joules per second, and the output for the USB 5 volts, 4.8 amps in total. So we have the sockets here, and on this side as well, and on this side as well, and then we go all the way back here. So pretty much this way. We have a reset button, which you can use to reset in case this one goes into fault, and we have two essentially LED, which are going to say whether this one is protected and if it's grounded. We have the standard German plug over here, with the ground, which is here and here, and is also compatible with the French one because it accepts the ground in here as well. Now I have an adapter here. I'm gonna see whether it's gonna work or not. So as a very simple example, I have my microwave here, and essentially turn it on, open it, and then start it, and it's gonna work. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unplug it, and I'm gonna plug the socket, the vertical socket here, and see how it goes. So I plugged the socket, and it says that it's not grounded even though it's protected, and this is actually alright because I didn't actually press all the way through, so it's not gonna make contact with the ground. Now if I press all the way through, it should be able to make contact with the ground. So let's see. So here is the thing, it's actually able to tell you about polarity. So essentially have the socket plugged here, and we have phase, neutral, and we get it back here. We have phase, ground, and neutral. Now the thing is that this is not okay because the socket actually expects the other way around. So this one is phase, this one is neutral, is ground, this one is neutral. So it's actually swapped. And in this case, this is gonna say, hey, you're not grounded because you have phase and neutral swapped. So if I unplug this and I plugged it back, that it's actually okay. So it actually has phase, ground, and neutral in the same way as the socket is gonna say that it's actually grounded. So not only is gonna tell you whether it's grounded and protected from overvoltage or not, it's also gonna tell you whether you inserted with the wrong polarity, so that you actually insert it correctly. As another simple test, I connected my water kettle here with some water in it. I'm not gonna make tea anyway because it's summer and it's really hot, but this is just to test this one. So I'm gonna try with this, and of course it's not gonna say anything and it's not gonna turn any light on. The reason is that I didn't press the switch. So the switch is working, is perfectly isolating this from here. So if I press the switch and then I press this again, yeah, looks like it's working. So the LED turned on, and we should be able to hear the water, boil in a few seconds. And indeed, the water is boiling, as you can hear. So it looks like it's working just fine. Yeah, there we go. You can hear the sound. So I'm gonna go with yet another test. And this time it's gonna be on my computer and my monitor and my keyboard and everything connected to it. and including my subwoofer, because I have a 5.1, you know, configuration, and that's the main reason why I bought this. So yeah, it's boiling. Hey. Okay, so this is my work chair. Well, I don't do like, I don't sit at home and work. I do most of my stuff here for fun. So they're not work related because I go to the office like everyone. But as you can see here, you have a tangle of wires both there and also here, as you can see. And I really don't like this. So the main reason why I bought that is that I want to get rid of all of those. I'm gonna see whether it's gonna work in a few seconds or not. And the USB on this side are also gonna allow me to get rid of some USB from there. So hopefully, and also those ones, back there. So hopefully everything is gonna work. Okay, so this is the old extension lead, and I'm gonna replace this with the new one, and let's see whether it's gonna work. Okay, this is interesting. I was halfway through connecting it and connected some of the plugs. Some of them are grounded, some other are not, and this is fine because of the way the plugs are. I connected also two USB here, and as you can see, this USB is in use. However, I didn't actually press this one. This one is not pressed. So it looks like nor is this one or indeed this one. So it looks like the USB are going to be active every time, regardless on whether those are pressed. Not only that, the USB have their own internal referenced ground, which is different from this ground here. So well, you have the pros and cons of this, but I connected my computer, the fan of my computer here, and as you can see it's running. So straight out, as soon as the connection was made, you can see the LED, glowing. So this is one thing. I'm gonna finish connecting everything else and then I'm gonna try it. Okay, so I connected everything. So all the plugs are connected, including the two USB which are working. Everything seems to be working. The subwoofer, the 5.1 is working. The TV is working. The computer is working along with the keyboard. The sound card is working. All the USB and all those here are working except for those that I actually disabled because I have the switch. So each USB has one individual switch. Anyway, everything seems to be working, including the 5.1, and if I test it, it seems to be working.
Left, front, center, front, right, rear, left, rear, right.
So, all in all, I think great. I mean, it's doing what it's supposed to do. I'm protected from over voltage. Everything is grounded. I still have spare plugs, including the USB ones. Everything is in the back. I got rid of the old ugly extension lead, and everything looks good. So, I mean, I'm gonna update this with in the few months time to see whether it's still gonna work, or if it has something like some issue has been arising or not. But hopefully everything is gonna keep working, and I'm gonna be fine. So far so good. Nothing to say really. It's working. So cheers and thank you for watching.